Okay, that should be good. We are live now.
Okay. So please mind your P's and Q's. We have a family-friendly audience.
You are one to talk,
The
mister.
resident potty mouth, yeah.
Excuse me. We can have mature conversations without swearing.
All right.
Oh, you've already done the card.
What? Oh yeah.
That's the
Sorry.
true.
I did already do the cover because you can do it right in because I'm on my PC.
You
can do it in
can do it on
Streamlabs.
Streamlabs. Yes. Perfect.
See, I ain't totally useless, Aaron. Just most.
When have I ever called you useless?
All the time.
No. I may describe you in other ways, but not useless.
Aaron likes other insults for your
Well,
useless. I don't remember ever calling.
Okay, I'm glad you can salvage some use out of me.
Hey, and it's never insults.
It's just disappointment.
It's criticism and disappointment, and it's not my fault that your generation can't handle criticism.
We are in the same generation.
You say, are we all the same
Exactly.
generation?
Exactly. No. And I'm the harshest critic on myself.
You really need to listen to that podcast I sent you, Aaron. you need to zen yourself out a little bit, I think.
No, you're too zen.
Well, maybe we can find a happy middle ground.
Anyway, didn't you need to go for a second?
No, I'm good, actually.
Are you good? Are you sure?
Yeah.
Happy?
Yeah, I can wait till in between whatever we're doing.
Okay, so we need to start sharing that everywhere. I've done all the other things. Oh, I forgot to bring up the forum. Hey, your thing finally cracked 100 this morning.
On
The video.
Facebook, it's been doing better on Instagram. And the short one has.
Yeah, but you know I don't value Instagram.
That's like one of our biggest follower bases, dude. Like, Instagram
but it
is
does-
part of Facebook.
It doesn't
Insta
forward
what?
people onto you.
Insta who?
It's not. No, it's not an old people thing. It's
No,
you
just
can't.
me.
You can't put links on.
100%
Or you
that's
couldn't.
me, mate.
Maybe it's changed and I'm being.
They're a
ignorant,
little
but-
better about it. You can't do it in the post itself. You can do it in like your bio, have like a link. You have a few links in there now, I think. Caleb, welcome. And my throat's been a little sore. I really hope I'm not getting sick again.
Again.
Yeah, I hope not. I hope it's
COVID
honestly
for
just
the fourth time.
a sore throat. It wouldn't be COVID. If it was, then you know, F my life. But
Would it be time number 4?
it's not COVID, whatever it is. Honestly, I think sometimes it is just a sore throat. Sometimes I just snore really hard and get a sore throat. That has happened.
What's this? What's the mode called that we're gonna do?
Yeah, see, we even forgot the name of the hard mode in this, didn't we? Insane, right?
We ain't getting nowhere with this tonight, I'm telling you now.
Well, we're gonna warm up
not
first.
not with that mother flipping attitude.
Damn right.
The
No.
middle one
Isn't-
is intense.
isn't-
The second to last is extreme, and the hardest is insane.
Insane.
It's just
okay.
that, isn't this chapter like one of the hardest, and Breach is like the hardest out of these 3?
I don't know. After that last level that we spent so many times, attempting, I'll just be happy
Which
to be
level
fighting
are you doing?
xenomorphs again. We're in the last campaign.
Oh, so if you're doing the first of the last, that is by far the hardest.
Oh.
Yeah, there you go.
Well, we'll see about that.
Good luck.
You will make any
Nomad
difference.
Clan, welcome to the stream. We were actually going to play Predator Hunting Grounds today. We're looking at setting something up with the devs, but they were unavailable, so we will be trying to do that soon. Because I know that's your jam. And Sarah, welcome. No Style Dutch says, I'm surprised you aren't playing AVP 2010 being the anniversary and all. Yeah, we just remembered it was the anniversary for that. That's definitely due for another play soon, I would say.
Isn't that, Greg, what you've scheduled in for game night this month?
Yes. So anybody who wants to join will be able to this Saturday in like 5 days or whatever.
Oh
We'll be
man,
having a game night of AVP
I did
2010.
not realize it was then. We should do like a game
When
night.
you ever?
Well, I don't see where these are posted, so we should do like a game night.
They're in the fucking They're in the events on
Events.
Discord.
Oh, events.
They are posted on the events thread on the forums.
Events.
Yes.
Where is this events on Discord?
At the very top of the server.
Oh,
And
that's
they do a
that's not
repost
obvious
in-
enough. We need to do like a game nights section under the chat.
We can make a whole thread just about game nights.
That would be
if
good.
you think that will maybe be a bit more logical as well.
Hang on. Here we go. Game now. Community. Game.
All right, let me
Right, there's a whole fucking
Swap over.
chat channel for it now.
so you guys can see what we're doing. Because that's what you're here for. You're not here for this starting soon screen that I put together.
It's a very good-looking starting soon screen, I have to admit.
Oh well, thank you.
Ooh. And
We'll take
always
this
does a
opportunity
good
to go
job.
and spam some cards.
Oh, don't pretend like you give me any validation, Aaron.
Oh, shut your fucking face.
What have I walked into tonight?
I don't know.
I'm
feel
just
like
okay. I'm honestly just
fucking
kidding.
catty
I'm
this
literally.
morning.
This is like 85% trolling, maybe.
85
it-
with a hint
it's-
of truth.
He's probably mad because I keep saying, look, all the stuff we've done recently has come out too late and nobody gives a shit, and that's why we've got crap
It's
response
because I
on
take
it all.
time and effort putting it together. I don't.
Mate, you rushed it out
Slap
last
together
night or
slop.
the night. Fuck's sake.
Well, anyway, I hope folks check out some recent videos I put together, and more
Yes,
are
they are
coming.
very, very good, despite the time they're released. And Adam always does a good job.
No Style Dutch says some movie viewing parties would be sweet too. Yeah, we've been meaning to do that.
We
actually.
talked about that, yeah. I wanted to do something on the MetaQuest for folk who had that because of the virtual cinema thing on there.
Yeah, that would be cool.
So I got the 35mm scans that were circulated a while back. Caleb says the audio's a bit low, Adam.
For the game or for us? I'm gonna assume the game. I'm gonna crank it up. Sizzy Bubbles, welcome to the stream.
Okay, I've shared it. I'm coming to join you now. Garrett
Kalen
says
says that
things
we are a bit quiet, it seems.
Okay, let me
Gareth
see if
says
I can
we
fix
sound
that.
fine though. Caleb, turn your telly up.
Okay, I think this should fix it. Hold on. Speak.
Hello. Woof woof.
Hello.
Yeah, that
woof,
was
woof.
always that was the command my dad taught the dog to bark. Speak. Is that
For a
not a
second,
common thing?
Okay, I think that did the trick.
Kalen says
Aaron,
it's better.
while you join, I actually am going to be right.
I'm in,
Oh,
I'm here,
You are.
I'm here.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, give me 2 seconds. BRB.
Okay. Welcome, Xenosaurian. Welcome, Xenomorph Warrior. Acid Splash, right? Just to refresh my piss poor memory. Yes, sir. Perfect. My memory isn't terrible, just mostly bad. I've very nearly finished. I've not been in the mood to read recently, but I've very nearly finished Seventh Circle. I'm on the last 40 or so pages. And I know you don't seem to like it, Greg, but I'm actually enjoying it pretty much so far.
I'm glad you enjoy it then.
I'm glad you like it. Alright, I'm
always
curious
when
to
somebody
talk to you
likes.
about that one. And I think Sarah enjoyed it as well. I've kept out the thread. I always do until I read the until I finish reading the books. I keep out the thread.
That's a good decision, yes.
Oh, why am I this guy?
I don't know.
Though it seems you haven't done that for Uncivil War since you haven't even started on that one.
Oh no, I haven't even looked at that.
Oh, you haven't? You haven't? But then how did you know that it's kind of has a meh reputation?
I see it in the chat.
Oh.
Yeah, I've not looked in there. Yes.
Yeah.
Nostalgia says, you all had me nervous for a moment with that article about Fede saying Ripley may have had her own adventures on Renaissance. Yeah, like, I love Fede. I really like him. I really like Romulus. I will go to bat for that film any day of the week. But I think he's too much of a fan of Out of the Shadows. And that book is very good in spite of Ripley's inclusion. And I don't like the idea that we're entertaining those kind of notions, and I'm glad that it's going to have no bearing on the sequel. Although I'm very excited that he's looking to be doing the sequel so quickly, to be fair.
That seemed unexpected, so we'll see if that follows through. That'll be interesting if it starts shooting so soon.
I imagine it'd be the end of the year affair kind of thing.
Yeah, I can't imagine anything before that, but still, that will be a lot sooner than we usually get to expect. So
Yeah, that'd be an
let's
incredible
hope it's
turnaround.
promising.
No. No.
Here's the big reset button again.
No. It's alright, they came through a different entrance.
I am the same with Aaron on that one. I really liked Out of the Shadows, but it was despite Ripley. She was written well, and the whole situation, it wasn't as bad as it could have been, but it's still wonky as hell. It's a story that's good in spite of that, but
Yeah.
it seems that Fede has a different opinion about that. He obviously liked that inclusion, it seems. I was really surprised when I read that article yesterday. I love Fede's approach and Romulus, but reading that I was like, no, no, Fede, no, please no.
Yes. Completely agree.
Yeah, Tim did a good job, considering he had to kind of put that in.
All
He did a pretty good job.
that trilogy was good in spite of the Fox mandates. You know, so it was things like in River of Pain, the Colonial Marines having to be in it and stuff like that. Xenomorph.
River of Pain, funnily enough, is one of my favourite books. Really
Okay.
like that one.
That's a choice.
It is a choice.
Really?
Yep, love it.
Even the thing with the derelict, the
Yep,
little irksome
there's really
details.
dumb things that happen, but there's dumb things that happen in every expanded thing. So I'm just going for the
That's
lesser
true.
of evils.
Yeah.
They're looking for another way in.
Mm-hmm. Did they really? I don't remember that.
We have to check that alleged leak. What did it say about expected release dates, and we can maybe infer from that when they could announce it. Yeah, it was a while ago. Yeah.
I still haven't read all the leaks for this one. It just
You you still haven't read all of
no.
all of-
It turned. I genuinely was like, this sounds fucking atrocious.
Sentry ammo on the deck.
But if you haven't read all of that, then you haven't seen half of the things. If you
Yeah.
haven't gotten through the pages, so
I just know I'm not.
Secure.
I'm not terribly excited for the sequel. Yeah. Before that whole endeavor turned out to be very difficult to do anything with. Have you reached out to it? Okay. Yeah, my goal last year was at least once a month to have a dev on the show, but it turned out to be incredibly difficult to achieve that. Because a lot of them just don't want to talk or can't talk. Yeah, don't get me wrong. You know, the ones we did have were very very enjoyable, very good, and I'm thankful that folk did join us. It just was very hard to actually achieve with any regularity, unfortunately. NDAs and yeah. I am working on it. We'll see what we can get. Well, that's good at least. It's the problems. The problem at this time of release, when something's just come out, is getting through the press, PR. But we're working on stuff, and that's the important thing.
Jeez.
No Style Dutch says about the discussion regarding was Ripley on Renaissance or not. No Style Dutch says, I don't mind Ripley being on the Renaissance as long as she was kept in
Next wave won't hit
stasis.
for a few.
She
Yeah.
wasn't a priority at all for the company, but maybe they picked the ship up at some point from there.
I agree with that mentality. You know, the idea that they did pick up the Narcissus. And Fede's logic of, you know, maybe that's why it took so long for her to be retrieved. I'm on board with that. That works for me. It's the idea of her waking up and having some adventures in between where I'm like, no thank you.
Yeah. Just let it be. Let's tell some news stories that don't involve that character.
Yeah. Well, that was a question we asked George, wasn't it? You know, about the legacy of Ripley. Which I'm currently working on editing that one. Then it's turned out to be a good discussion so far, Adam. I think we did a good job there. George. Jorge, sorry. Yeah.
Sentry ammo.
It was very frank and very honest, and it was very interesting. I know you got a fair bit out of it with your questioning of the structure and how things worked. No, that's precisely why we do these. You know, it's why we do these things. the end of the day, remember, we're always just armchair quarterbacks. So to actually get the experts to rein in and
Oh,
give you
Jesus.
specific information.
No,
you're not muted.
we can hear you.
On the stream I was this whole.
Oh, were you really?
Yes.
Oh, Adam.
Caleb there to
Oopsie.
the rescue. I also mute the YouTube stream because the double echo thing. But thanks,
Anyway.
Caleb, for the save.
I'm sure you guys can fill in the gaps.
The absolute professionalism we always show here.
Well, it's because I have to mute myself on both Discord and Stream Labs.
You got a few
Yeah.
next group.
Yeah, my ass kicked.
No, Stardust says Uncharted Waters intrigued me. Maybe a post-resurrection future since Fede seems to respect it all. Be interested in going post-resurrection.
I'd
If
like
only-
that as well.
You know, if only for it to stop standing on the feet of the mainline stuff. Though I still think Romulus works very well as one of those, what do they call them, interquels.
God, such a title. But yeah. I have a hunch that the New Waters might mean more kind of prequel stuff, but maybe more out there. But I have a feeling that the way things are being talked about, that the sequel will have more prequel elements. It's just a feeling from the way people are speaking about these things, but we'll see.
Well, yeah, I mean, to be fair, if you read the full bit from Collider, you know, he's on about, you know, Alien is alien, the not Romulan, Prometheus is alien, all that kind of stuff.
Where was that?
It was in the Collider quote that was in. I can't remember if I included that specific mention in the article, but
I don't know. I personally think the prequel elements were like, he had to acknowledge Ripley because maybe Ripley wasn't going to be able to finish his trilogy, and Ridley gave him this opportunity, so he wanted to give him that acknowledgement. But I don't see the prequel elements playing a major factor going forward. I mean, I could be wrong.
The way Fede talked in some of those interviews about David's finishing David's story. I mean, he said about how he wanted to see Ridley do it, but I'm getting a feeling that he wouldn't be opposed to maybe finishing something like that. We have no concrete information about that, but I think that he has more reverence for that than just the obligatory kind of putting it in for Romulus. I think that he really liked what he did there.
yeah, I think he enjoys the prequels. Oh, sorry, Adam. Do you want me to move elsewhere?
Nope. Chris. Chris is down too.
I'm dead.
It's those damn spitters.
I thought we'd
This
actually been
game's
all
harder than I
right.
remember.
I thought we'd been doing all right, to be fair. But
I've been getting my ass kicked all the way through, more or less.
Yeah.
That's how it felt.
This map is one of the harder ones for the kind of hoardy modes.
yeah,
The last few
What?
waves are. Oh, you're at wave 5. Okay.
Shit.
oh, nearly. I saw that.
Team out.
You can hear me now, right, Caleb?
Believe we can. Adam, how would you
We can hear you on YouTube.
feel
yeah.
about a post-resurrection setting?
I mean, we already kind of had it with Original Sin, but I guess that was a minute ago.
Yeah, well, I mean a film, Adam.
Oh, they wouldn't do that. Resurrection just wouldn't. It wasn't received well enough, I think, for them to return to that time period. I mean, I'd be all for it. Fuck yeah, but I just don't see them doing that.
Yeah, I also think that nobody's gonna touch that. Even though I'd be okay with anything, just anything moving the timeline, be it post Alien 3 or even Resurrection.
Post-Alien 3 is where they need to go. They need to stop doing prequels. They need to stop doing interquels. Just, if we're going to ignore Resurrection, just fucking ignore it and crack on and just go post-Alien 3. Have your adventures, Sam.
A really good idea. Why don't we do a film set between Aliens and Alien 3? Save Hicks.
You know what we could call
No?
it? We could call it. No, I
Chris,
think
why would you
have
troll
something
us
there.
like this?
I
Why
think,
would
I
you
think you
troll
have
us?
something there. We could call it Aliens, the Turk Chronicles. What do you say about that?
The Chronicles of Turk. Yeah.
Because Turk dies.
So here's what
But
we're
he
gonna
had a
do,
whole life
gents.
before that.
Yeah,
We're
he
gonna-
did.
We're gonna play this mission on intense first, just so we know our way around, and then we will move to insane.
Okay.
The first holdup with the Wayu synths is the hardest part. If you are able to get past that, the rest of the level will be fine. But the first part
This
is
is the big one,
the
Fire
hardest
Team.
part, especially on extreme and up. But yeah, that's a good strategy.
Let's take
Which
lots
does
of
there.
cover.
Blue team will advance ahead of you and
Oh
rig the
yeah,
refinery for
cover
self-destruct.
sentries,
You'll
whatever you got,
follow and
pop,
keep their
power
path to
buffs,
safety open.
lots of health.
Everything you've got.
Oh, wait a minute.
You want to live forever,
I
Apes?
need to switch my loadout here.
Well, I'm your
No.
ammo guy.
No,
No
I think I
style-
should be okay with this, actually.
No Star Dutch says you can set a movie post-resurrection without acknowledging the events of that movie. But it does open up the story possibilities if you don't want to retcon it, which I don't because I love AR. I mean, yeah, entirely fair point. I think though, really it's an aesthetic thing. You know, Alien and Aliens, they are the ones with the world building aesthetic that people are
This is the big
most
one, Fire
interested
Team.
in.
The Katanga
And I
Sierra
think it's a
must
part
be destroyed.
it's a part of Romulus that they absolutely fucking knocked
Blue
out of the
team will
park.
They
advance ahead
did,
of
but you
and
can
rig the
you can
refinery for
overplay that.
self-destruct. You'll follow
And that's
keep their
why I
path
find
to
the
safety
show so
open.
intriguing, because aesthetically, we're gonna have, you know, the most Nostromo-looking ship we've seen in a long time, even more so than the Corbelan, I think. But that's gonna be juxtaposed with a lot of modern-looking, yet still kind of retro tech, but a very like modern aesthetic. So I'm curious to see how they pull that off.
Yeah, the Prodigy stuff's going to be very interesting, isn't it? Oh, David Johnson just won the BAFTA for his role in Romulus.
Oh, nice. Yeah, that's been actually picking up some awards. I saw it got
Saturn
something
Award.
for ILM. Yeah,
Oh,
and it got the
um,
Saturn Award too.
Did ILM get something recently?
Yeah, it was for like best. I don't know what the award was, but it was some effects award they won for it.
I listened to their podcast that they did recently talking about Romulus and Wicked, but they didn't really get into the nuts and bolts of it, which I was a little disappointed by.
I'll have to check that out.
I think I posted it in the behind the scenes thread on the board, and I retweeted it.
I see that Romulus has been doing relatively well with the general crowd in the sense of being mentioned and talked about even after months after its release. So that's a good thing, especially with the Oscar nominations for the visuals and everything. Different kind of channels were mentioning and discussing it, and there are a good amount of people that really liked it and have good memories about the film. So it's kind of strange for me to see so many, to see such a warm reception from the general audience, which we haven't seen for alien films in a long time, in the sense of when a new one comes out, that's so widely kind of talked about. So that's interesting.
Behind us.
Yeah, it's definitely done well with keeping in the zeitgeist. And Adam, I never intended to actually retweet it on our account, but you know when you retweeted that post I did on Romulus, there was
Which
so
one?
many the one where I rewatched it the other day.
Yeah.
There's just so many people being like, "Yeah, I fucking loved it," and all that kind of stuff. Oop, behind us.
Yeah, I mean, it did more for the franchise, I think, than anything since Aliens, honestly. Like,
Yeah, I mean, even though Prometheus
Performance-wise.
was a much bigger financial success.
Yeah, but I don't know how much
You
that
know,
actually
Romulus.
helped the franchise. I think that
No,
actually...
that's what what I'm
yeah.
getting at. Even though that was such a big financial success, Romulus is the one that's made such the biggest positive impact.
Yeah. Because with Prometheus, I think a big part of it was just, oh my god, Ridley Scott's returning to
Ridley's back,
sci-fi.
yeah.
This looks like some crazy big,
Yep.
awesome, epic movie. Like, it wasn't an alien film, and that's what they were saying at the time. Even though they
It
kind
wasn't.
of slowly revealed that it was in the alien universe, it was not an alien movie. It was not focused on that.
It was just critically not received as well by the general audience. So yeah, a lot of people went to see it, and it made hell a lot of money, but it wasn't very liked at the time. Now people are reevaluating it and
Well, I
having
think
some good memories there.
I
but-
think both then and now it was just divisive, and I think the people that liked it really
Yeah.
liked it, and maybe that some movies the divisiveness can fuel success, and I think Prometheus is
Well, yeah, it
probably
gets
one of
people
those.
to go and see it, doesn't it?
Yeah, because
Go see what all the fuss
they
is
want
about.
to talk about it, because some people are like, oh, this was terrible, and others are like, oh, this is one of the coolest sci-fi movies I've ever seen.
Oh yeah, there was a hell of a lot of discussion when Prometheus came out. That is absolutely true there.
You playing the ammo guy, Chris?
Yep. It's down.
Be careful, takeover. Here is the really bad part.
Oh, grenade.
Oh, No Style Dutch said, I've said it before, I'll say it again. There could be a wonderful movie where Ripley 8 meets a decapitated David 8 in the future. I've seen this in our forums a few times. People time to time mention such an idea. What do you guys think?
How
about
did he get
Would you be
decapitated
interested?
again? They fixed him.
A lot of time has passed. Who knows?
Well,
I think one
maybe his
decapitation
state
enough,
is
but-
irrelevant. Maybe his state is irrelevant, but what about just the concept of Ripley meeting David 8 in the far off future?
You know me, I like to compartmentalize the prequels, so no.
You're so biased.
I fully admit it. Yeah, I'm just not a prequel guy. If you are, more power to you. But
I would not be opposed to that. I fucking love David. I love Fassbender. I really think Ripley 8 is a fascinating character who does not get appreciated or utilized enough in the wider lore. So, I'd be up for that. Again, assuming they don't, completely wreck the lore and he's that time traveling space jockey and everything. But
well, here's what I'm wondering: if the show contradicts the lore, which, based on things that have been said, things we know, it could. Is the show like? Are people going to be like, "Oh, that's non-canon like AVP," or are they going to be like, "Well, this is a different continuity. This is a different canon. It's not any less valid," or are people going to be like,
Well,
"Well, this is a show, so it doesn't count."
that's going to depend entirely on. I mean, there was an entire conversation in the forums about this. Is the show going to be good if it contradicts existing lore? And the point I made was that depends entirely on the parameters that Noah Hawley sets. Is his intent that this is a separate continuity, or is it supposed to fit into the lore? If his intent is it's a separate continuity, then that's your answer. As long as it's internally consistent.
Isn't that what he kind
With
of did
itself.
with Legion? Like it was sort of its own continuity within
Yeah,
X-Men?
I don't think it's a part of Marvel. Not Marvel.
Yeah,
Fox.
yeah.
There's X-Men
Legion-
universe, is it?
Yeah, Legion is definitely separate, but at the same time, with Marvel, there's more of a precedent for that, and with
Yes,
the
with the
Legion
multiverse.
character itself, the little I understand, there is even more precedent for it. So
Right flank.
I don't.
Right flank.
I'm not sure how that would be maybe comparing apples to oranges. We really don't know what the show will do there. So I'm very intrigued to see their approach. Because
I got him.
they've moved it up with the year that it's taking place, so it doesn't completely contradict now the prequels until we see further elements, but now the timelines even are okay-ish.
Well, it's still pre-Alien, isn't it? Isn't it like the year or
Yes.
two before the events of Alien? Yeah.
Yeah,
So.
2 years, 2120 compared to 2122.
But I mean, at the end of the day, that still puts it after. That still puts it after the prequels.
Yeah,
So-
after David's little fun times on Planet 4. So
Well, when
who
did
knows?
those events take place in Covenant?
They were like 10, 15 years before Alien, something like
Was
that.
it that far?
Yes. It was. Prometheus was just before.
Turn of the
basic-
century, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was at the end of the century, and so Covenant was like a decade later. So it was at the very beginning of the century. So there is a good 15, well, at least 10 to 20 years, somewhere in the ballpark. There are dates, but it's around 10 to 20 years that there is time for David to do their own shenanigans.
Sizzy Bubble says more resurrection, 100% nonstop all the time. Yeah, I agree. But yeah, chat. Look, I'm curious now. Look up the exact year for me for Covenant,
I can look it up.
or you can look it up, Greg. Oh,
I remember working it out when it was coming out, and it was like enough for Ripley to be like 10 or 12 years old or something.
Oh yeah, remember when we had a fear of that?
Ripley, yeah.
Alien Covenant was in 2104, 11 years after Prometheus.
so that means 16 years before the series.
Wow.
Yeah. Plenty of time for David to create.
To make
his
the alien travel
biological-
back in time, and then park at the LV-426. Enough time for the Maginot to
Wait,
travel to the.
you're assuming David's in the chair in 426?
Oh, of course I am. I think Ridley's that. I think he's that fucking creatively bankrupt at this point.
Well, there is the poster in Romulus that does advertise Orgai 6, so it was set up as a colony. If you take that more than just set dressing, they had to think to put that set dressing up.
I wonder how visible that is on the home release.
It's pretty visible. You pause it. It's just as they're going from one module to the
Yeah,
other.
it's down the tube station in Hungary, isn't it? Budapest.
Ah, come on, reload.
It would be hilarious if David was actually letting Orgai 6 be an actual colony, but he's just secretly in an underground basement or something making
that's-
his experiments.
that's
That's one of the short
exactly
stories, isn't it?
what I thought. The short stories and what?
In AVP, isn't it? Don't you remember the one with the woman who was experimenting?
Yeah. That's kind of what I took it as, where it's not just like, mwahaha, I'm just gonna wake you up and experiment on you all. Like, what if David wakes up? God, what am I blanking on her name? Captain Watterson's character.
Daniels.
Daniels. And he's like, I don't know what you're talking about. That was just, you had a bad dream or whatever. She would have no way to know if that's for sure. And so he could just
Or he
continue
just
pretending
uses
to
a
be
memory
Walter.
wipe
The
device.
ultimate gaslighting, the ultimate but I can imagine David doing that. Oh god, that would be so cruel. Not impossible, like as you say, it's completely believable, but damn, that would be cool for her character.
Because it was right as she was passing out, too. So it's not like she had some huge memory of this reveal. It could just be like, oh, that was a nightmare you had in hypersleep, and probably based on the grogginess of coming out, like she wouldn't really know what the truth was. So, yeah, maybe she'd be skeptical of him, for sure. But he could still pretend to be Walter and help them set up this colony, but have this nefarious.
And now we know
plan
it's about the cabin.
in the background. Yeah, and now he's like, I do know about the cabin, but
You know what? I wouldn't be opposed to that idea, Adam. I think that'd work.
Rob
Right
Harvey
flank.
asks, do you all reckon the TV series will include finding the transmission and redirecting the Nostromo? So, do you
That'll be
think
how the show ends.
I don't think so, honestly.
No, I think Noah Hawley is creative enough to not do that.
I hope so.
But then again, it depends what Fox ask him to tie it in as. What Landgraf asks him.
True.
It is an interesting question. You're not a bit concerned that we're losing a lot of the mystery art stuff if we're going to be going down that route?
The mystery of Alien to me is in the cosmic horror.
Yeah.
And love it or hate it, you know, for me the black goo and its origins inherits that cosmic horror mystery.
Yeah.
So that's why I don't like. Don't get me wrong, I don't like the idea of David being the alien's creator, but if that's the way that the rest of the lore goes with it, I'm then like, okay, well, the black goo's origins is still undefined. That's where the mystery is. And I'm okay with that.
But the franchise isn't called Black Goo, Black Goose, Black Goo 3, etc.
No, I get that, but you know, it becomes a part of the alien's makeup, doesn't it? It's intrinsically part of their creation now.
I refuse.
I personally come to Alien for the creature and the world, etc. But the creature itself is, to me, the most fascinating thing, and seeing it act in strange, intelligent, and brutal, creepy ways. That's all I want to see. I'm a simple man. I want my alien to be an interesting alien. So when I see a good depiction, that works for me. What do you, Chris, specifically mean about the mystery being taken out there? Because I've been hearing that from time to time people mention.
For me, I don't know. It was just a question that I have pondered. I still think there's plenty of mystery in the series, especially around the creature and like what it does, Because the good thing is, we still don't see, in my opinion, loads of it. Not really. We do in games and stuff where it's just like a mindless killing machine and things like that, but it's like in Romulus you didn't see loads of it. What I'd like to go back to though personally is things like an Alien, where it's like, what is it doing behind the scenes? And then you get like that little deleted scene where it's cocooned Dallas and Brett, and it's like, oh, well, I didn't see that coming. I just thought they were dead. And it's things like that. That's the kind of thing that I want to see more of.
Oh, okay, yeah, I get that. I agree completely with that. Showing the alien doing creepy, unexpected things.
Yep.
Actually focusing on the alien's performance, not just being a tool for killing off the characters, but focusing on doing something interesting with the alien's behavior instead of just random mutation or this or that. But
yeah, which feeds back into Aaron's comment about cosmic horror and things like that.
I think. Well, this reminds me, Aaron. Where's our Black Goop podcast? Is that
Monday?
the next
I
one?
said
oh, that's
Monday.
Okay, that one I'm really excited for you all to hear because that was a really great discussion, and it features Christian, which I think he and I vibe pretty well on the whole. Like, we prefer our alien to be Lovecraftian, to be the ancient creature that we don't know the origin of because that's more interesting. And the creature itself.
That's implying that I don't.
Well, I mean, I think you're more accepting of the black goo and David as like the origin than maybe some.
Oh, I hate David being the creator, but
I
I'm
think
not
Aaron's just
gonna-
resigned. It's like, this is
Yeah.
how I can see it going.
Aaron has settled. Aaron has settled, and Adam does not want to settle
even
for this.
recent media, like Dark Descent, kind of gave me some hope because that kind of seemed to reintroduce the xenomorph as this ancient creature, and we've seen
Yeah, press F1.
we've seen Noah Hawley also say like, I have little interest in the alien as this recent thing, and I prefer it as the ancient creature. So that concept has not been entirely resigned because of the prequels. You know, it's still kind of in a tug of war, I think.
Yeah,
And
that tug
I
of
think
war
it will be for a
seems
while.
there.
Because as long as creators can come and have different opinions like the fandom does, and be able to do their own takes on it, I don't think this will ever be a settled thing.
Caustic Viper, welcome. Hey, we're doing pretty good.
Sarah says the Black Goo discussion was
yeah,
awesome.
She did see that live because she is one of our Patreons. Do we call them Patreons, or is it patrons on Patreon?
It's Patreons, isn't it?
I think it's patrons.
I thought that
on
was the
Patreon.
noun.
Isn't it Patron? Actually, the more I say it, the more it sounds weird. Oh, you have
Well,
confused
the
me.
site is Patreon, but your audience are patrons, I think.
Yeah.
You think we would know this?
Now, the first time I heard Patreons, like, I'm getting confused.
But yes,
It sounds right, but so wrong.
with the exception of some interviews, you can listen to our podcast live and hear all of our mistakes before Aaron's editing.
Yeah, before I edit out the parts where we sound like morons. And we've got one next Thursday as well that will be broadcast live for the patrons.
Shabu?
Hello.
Do you think I could bother you for a heal? Do you think that might be possible?
What? Maybe.
Please?
What's it gonna cost me? This is unusual.
No, Chris, go back! Go back!
Well, somebody
alright, I
heal
can-
me.
You need killing?
No, I need healing.
Oh. Oh, you can't have my medkit. Anything else? Anything else you could have had?
What did you think I was
What?
Let's lock this shithole down. Esther, you're in charge now.
It seems Calum is thinking that the TV show is using the 2 years before Alien just as wiggle room to technically let the David storyline be valid, but he thinks that probably it won't be mentioned at all in the show. So we
Yeah, I
can
think
make up
that's
our
a
own
fair
minds.
shout, isn't it?
I honestly think one of the most controversial things for fans in the series will be like the
Prequel
world
element.
state
Oh.
and the geopolitical elements. Like in the series, from what we know, corporations just rule the world. And based on everything they've built in the RPG, in some of the expanded media, and even if you're taking the patches seriously, god damn it, the first Alien, we still have governments. And in Aliens, they still have like ICC, the corporations. Like Burke is still worried that he has to get away with what he's doing, right? If Weyland Yutani was just 100% in charge, that would be the case. But from what we know of the series, that is the case. And it's a bit more cyberpunky, it's a bit more like Blade Runner, where the governments kind of are the corporations. So I don't know if Hawley just didn't do his homework with that, didn't care. But I think that'll be one of the biggest pieces of controversy in the show for fans. Is where's the Three World Empire? Where's United Americas? You know, where are all these elements that we've been following a lot in the RPG that have just seemingly been forgotten about, because Earth is something that hasn't been explored in Alien, in the main media anyway, very much, and to have it be such a contradiction to what we know about the state of governments and powers, I think that could be a bit jarring for people.
But you've got to remember though that the main stuff is never beholden to the details of the expanded universe. The RPG is nothing to nowhere, and quite rightfully so, to be fair. But there is of course arguments that why would Burke care about sneaking things past ICC quarantine in Aliens if he has a great deal of authority as a member of Weyland-Yutani.
Yeah, and even the patches in Alien, as Adam said. So
But
technically,
that's background kind of material though, so that's like
Yeah.
not too prominent is the thing.
yeah. Oh, then Aliens is the biggest hurdle there in terms of contradicting a important
quarantine,
plot element there. But it seems like a very common oversimplification nowadays when fiction, and, especially when sci-fi is written, where you just have these simple structures with corporations do everything, and that's that. There's no nuance. There's no complex systems of push-pull with agreements with the governments, militaries, who can do what, etc. So yeah, I won't be surprised if it goes in that direction at all. Unfortunately, we'll see how that fully plays out. But even then, at least we're getting another company. So
Yeah.
at least it's just not one company ruling the whole world, which, let's not lie, that's always a possibility when a new creative comes along and just oversimplifies everything. So at least we have two. We'll see if there are more.
No, as far as we know, Prodigy controls this city. But based on some more recent leaks, I would say, they say it's detailed that these companies run like countries, essentially. I don't know if those leaks are accurate. From what we've seen, it hasn't been quite that drastic, but we do know that companies run cities, which, I mean, that's not too far outside the realm of believability for Alien. Like, you have colonies that are completely run and enforced by companies with very little, if any, oversight, you know? So,
Well, that's why Elon wants to go to Mars, isn't it?
Yeah,
probably.
yeah, but also there have been historically, literally, company-owned and built towns.
Like
even
all the
nowadays-
American Wild West,
yeah.
Gold Rush sort of stuff.
Even nowadays, on some islands, there are technically kind of mini cities, super big towns, or whatever you want to call it, that literally are just company-owned and private ventured. So I can imagine that as a type of special occasion. But if it's implied that the whole world is like that, yeah, that's a bit oversimplifying things. It just gets boring in that sense. So if it just shows it as a local thing, I will totally be able to get behind that and see how it's done. But now I'm honestly mostly just waiting to see an actual trailer that shows actually the actors and some dialogue, some performances, because that is the most crucial part. I think that's gonna sell or break things, as others here have also said.
Mikey said, actually, Greg, can you scroll up and read what Mikey said?
Yeah. Mikey said, I think people put too much stock into lore that the RPG gives. Yeah, it's a cool EU background material, but it's never been a hard canon for me and could easily be erased if the show movie needs to.
And yeah, that's what people have got to remember about anything that is not on a screen. It's not on a film screen.
But you will
Or
still
in this
have
case,
nitpicky fans pointing to patches and pointing to Burke. And pointing to the fact that in Aliens, he's like, there's a lot of big players here, and he names off a whole bunch of government agencies that are not corporate.
well, you don't know that they're government agencies.
Yeah, but it is kind of implied that they are something different, that they are independent, in the sense that there would be no need to name all of them if they're just different names for the same. If they're just all completely subsidiaries of Weyland-Yutani, for instance, then there wouldn't be such a need for putting on a best performance. So there is some fierce, there is some control that Whale and Jitani obviously did not have.
Now,
So
it might not be controlled. I'm playing devil's advocate here. I
yeah,
don't.
yeah.
Yeah. We also know he cared about having rights over this discovery, though. You know, his presence on the mission is because he wants control over it. He doesn't want to share it. So it might not necessarily be Wayland Yutani's lack of authority, more of a Burke losing control of the find and the credit and the money. If it goes through ICC quarantine, whatever ICC quarantine is in context of aliens, you know, it's going to alert some other people. Does his position as a junior executive then push him further down the totem pole? And that's what he's worried about, not so much his authority as a Wayland Yutani person. Again, just playing devil's advocate here,
Yeah.
because I think that plays very much into Burke as a character as we see him in that film, and the whole corporate greed, not so much corporate all the time, but greed aspect to the Alien universe as well.
I understand what you're getting at there, in the sense that instead of what most of us have understood, the implication that it's Burke being afraid that other organizations could take his find away from him, that instead it's just an even more individual thing where he doesn't want to share it with other people from his company or control, that it's a very individual. I get that. It can be an individual thing. And yeah, as a devil's advocate, you could massage and headcanon that as a thing, because as we all know nowadays, corporate infighting amongst them amongst employees has always been a thing and is a thing and will be a thing. So I can imagine that being the case. So it can kind of work, kind of.
Are you boys ready to do that on intent?
Yeah.
Insane.
I was just tweaking my. I'm gonna do vulnerability assessment drone, and I'm gonna get more cryo grids.
What have I got
Yeah.
actually before we start?
Which
Incendiary-
cards are you planning?
We usually do the health card. The
Yeah,
tanks.
that might be the best for this. For this, it might be.
All right, wish us luck, folks.
Gonna need it.
I love that attitude Christopherson.
Those things running around.
Calum says,
I
"Yeah,
guess we
so
can tell
many,
you out of everything.
so many elements of aliens fall apart if corporations run the world. He could just bring samples back and tell them that's how it's going to be because Wayland Yutani runs the military. If that's the case." I mean, there is that element in this game where there's a lot of military corruption, and that's why the Colonial Marines have to reform and become the UACM. But there's never any explicit. Well, it's weird because in Black, White, and Blood, the Marines do say like, "Oh, we work for the corporation." So there is a weird kind of contradiction with that, I think.
I think that's because sometimes the creatives involved again don't perhaps quite fully
Oversimplification.
understand.
But is that Noah Hawley though, right? Like, is Noah Hawley one of those creatives?
Well, we'll find
We'll
out.
see.
Or he's just like, "Oh, I didn't know about that. Whatever," because that's how it is with some people who tell stories in these franchises.
You.
No Style Dutch says, I can accept Alien Resurrection being retconned, but I'd want them to just announce it already so I can mourn. Lol. But Calum says Resurrection is so far ahead of everything else that I don't think it'll ever be retconned. Like, there's no need to, because probably nobody will ever put stories there most of the time.
This is the big one.
Yeah.
Or it can just be ignored.
Cobra Bunny, hello, welcome to the stream.
Blue team will advance ahead of you and
do we
rig
have
the
a human
refinery
tanks
for
card?
self-destruct.
We better.
You'll follow and keep
I
your path
may.
to safety open.
No Style Dutch says, let us not forget that Walmart is still a major corporation in the future. So Noah can bring that in if he wants to as a cheeky Easter egg.
This country is run by Walmart. That would be a nightmare.
Well, no, you're run by SpaceX.
That would be an even worse nightmare.
I'm gonna take cryos and some turrets. If you're taking
Oh,
drones,
wait. I need to also take cryo and drone. Okay. Okay, ready.
what you got, X?
I've got cryos and incendiary turrets.
Should do.
Xenosaurian says, actually, the Walmart thing was retcon in Alien Uncivil War, thankfully. Really? Oh.
That might be a good enough reason for me to read it just for that retcon.
Well, I mean, it's not. It was only in the alternate cut on the
Deleted
DVD,
scene,
so
yeah,
I
it's
don't
not.
think it counts in the first place. But
I don't
Yeah,
know, because
it
we
can
take the
easily
Egg
become
Morphins
a
it more
joke.
seriously now.
no, we don't.
We do.
That's never
We
been
take the-
shown in a
But-
canon thing.
It's a rule of cool thing. If it's in a deleted scene and it is liked, it will be probably reused. If it's in a deleted scene and it is not liked, probably it will not be reused.
We
So
saw
it's
it
also
come
not
back
entirely
in,
true.
in
I
prototype.
have seen it at the cinema with that scene in it.
Yeah,
So
true. You
if that's
have.
the only version of the film I have seen, which is not,
Yes.
Are you talking about the director's cut for Alien?
Yeah, that
Yeah.
got a cinematic
That was
re-release.
the first. That was the first Alien movie I saw in theaters. But yeah, I mean, that movie opens with a forward by Ridley saying like, "Hey, this is not my director's cut." Whereas with Aliens, James Cameron is like, "This is my vision
was-
for the film."
It's always so funny. Those films should be named the other way around.
Why is this taking so long to load?
I don't know. This is odd. Doesn't normally do this.
Yeah, this is not normal. I will see. Give it a sec. I've never encountered this type of bug. Well,
Provided,
not
of
never,
course, at
but
the end just says mission success.
well, that would be one way to
Oh,
beat it.
there we go.
Literally with your eyes closed.
A fire team from 3rd Platoon has point and is moving ahead of us. Their call sign is blue.
Wait, we lost Aaron. We
Oh,
got a
shit.
beta.
Guns up so they
Dropped
can
me
get
out, yeah.
Oh, that's why it took so long. All right. So much for that card.
What?
I mean, you
How
can
hard's this
try
guy
to-
to kill?
You can try
You
and
might be
play
better
it
off
through.
with beta.
Oh, you
Just
fucking
kidding.
dickhead.
Just kidding.
You dickhead.
But just kidding, yeah, the bots are literally
Abs-
target practice in the higher difficulties. And since the last update, I mean, I'm happy they try to buff up the AI in some respect to kind of help people who want to play this solo for the bots that are helping you. But they made them so they frequently shoot you in the back. Why the
Yep.
hell did they do that?
Yeah, they do.
That's annoying.
Yeah, it was
Well,
weird
control
because
burst, Adam.
in the last statement they did, they were saying we were going to add a number of highly requested features to this game. And I'm like, were you just talking about alpha and beta AI tweaks? Because I don't think we've had anything else. But yeah, I will be curious to see if the sequel finally gets announced on Alien Day. And if anything's changed, because we know things changed quite a bit during the development of this game. If anything changed based on both the reaction to the leaks, but I would say more importantly, Helldivers. You know, that is really one of the most successful live service games right now in a sea of failing live service games. So I have to imagine they'll be like, well, what can we learn from Helldivers with the sequel to Fireteam Elite?
I damn hope so. I mean, I've learned to never expect logical thinking and competency when it comes to any company,
Yeah,
big or
sure.
small, because everything is so slow. Everything is always a generation back in terms of thinking and planning, with trends and trend chasing and stuff like that. But I hope to dear Lord that the leaks are false in the sense that they are either changed or that they never were true. I severely hope so. But I, of course, also hope that they do take a page out of Helldivers 2 with how it's fun, it's ridiculous, but at the same time, it feels so damn grounded. So just take lessons from something like that, and the next game could be very well received. I mean, whatever they have planned, I'm interested in seeing. So I just want to see a new big game for the Alien franchise that's on multiple platforms and everything. So I I am eagerly awaiting some news on that front.
Boom.
Okay, are we ready?
Yeah. Hopefully we don't lose you this time.
This is the big one, Fireteam. The
I
Katana
got
Don't
a
fall out of the
feeling
airlock,
must be
Aaron.
destroyed.
I
We stop
blame
spread
the
here. Blue team,
Prodigy
advance ahead of you
hackers.
and rig the refinery for
Have they
self-destruct.
hacked your seatbelt on the dropship?
They did. They just kicked
Yeah,
me
he just
out.
stayed on the dropship and went back. Screw this. I ain't good.
Yeah, maybe it was stuck. He couldn't get out of the ship.
It's face hookers in this mission.
It's Wayland Yutani cutting the quality control. So, wait, no, we're not corrupt at this point, are we?
Now,
we're
you're.
we're post reform, aren't we? So yeah, I'm.
So
no,
it's
we're not
budget cuts.
post-reform.
It's just
Yeah.
yeah. So since you're no longer sponsored by the corporations anymore, you can't afford good things. So that's why your seatbelt was stuck.
We'll keep the sentry guns up so they can get
Oh,
out.
Adam, no Star Dutch says, which of my favourites would you rather have retconned away? Prometheus or Resurrection?
Oh, Prometheus.
No, yeah,
100%.
no question there, isn't there?
I
Yeah.
like Resurrection, so. But I mean, again, like, I'm glad you enjoy Prometheus. Like, there's things I really like about Prometheus. I can still watch it and be like, damn, that's a cool spaceship. Wow, like, I went to the Peterson Auto Museum in LA just so I could see that rover up close for Prometheus, you know. So I don't hate the movie. I love / hate the movie, you know. I don't like its implications for alien lore, but as far as a sci-fi movie goes, yeah, I found it really interesting and I found it really beautifully made. Some of the characters are frustrating. And,
All of the characters are frustrating, other than David.
so I think still the movie I've seen least
Grenade!
out of any of them
He says.
has
That's it, what?
been The Predator. I've watched that.
Did you
by
say the
far.
least? Sorry.
Yeah, by
Yeah.
far less than any movie in the franchise is The Predator.
Yeah, same.
Yeah. I will literally. I mean, I am so sad that I could not find enjoyment out of it, but I will literally never rewatch that film again of my own will unless it's for some review or anything that we have to do like that. But of my own will, I don't think I'll ever want to rewatch it again. I don't even find it fun or super good looking or anything. So it's sad there. We're so lucky that we've had another entry with Prey that did not let it be the last thing that we feel from
Oh, yeah.
Predator. But yeah, the Predator is the only film out of all of the Alien, Predator, and AVPs that I do not find any type of fun enjoyment in watching.
Somebody throwing a wheel out
I
of those
completely agree there.
Ah! This is not a good place to be.
Run!
Oh,
We gotta
Chris.
tighten up, folks. This is insane.
Stop losing that health.
Oh,
the
Xenosaurus.
corners?
That's another easy question for Adam. Adam, which would you rather delete, Covenant or Requiem?
Oh, I like Requiem, so yeah. I mean, I still kind of consider those first two AVPs to be their own thing, and if there's another AVP, I don't expect, nor would I really want them to acknowledge those. Although, I will say, it was fun to have them acknowledged in the AVP Ultimate Prey book. That was actually one of my suggestions for the Phalanx story. Is I was like, you should say they, you know, hunted in ancient American times and stuff. So I do like little nods to them, but I don't think stories need to be directly tied to them. We kind of got Paul Anderson's AVP trilogy with the two comics, in my opinion. Like that, to me, that feels like Paul Anderson's AVP movie trilogy. I mean, maybe
well, it
AVP
is, but
2010
it's not-
as well, because that had a lot of elements of the movie, and that directly
Yeah, but-
acknowledged.
I wouldn't call them, because it's not like there was any overarching theme or narrative, or it's not like Lex came back and
Well, you
popped
don't
off
need
with
that for a
Predator or
trilogy.
anything.
It's like you
Steady.
didn't have Shaw
Steady.
come back.
No, but that at least has that at least has the thematic elements and lore elements and stuff continuing. All that sort of stuff has is aesthetic follow through.
Ah,
Check your 6.
Oh, come on, I can't fucking get any ammo. I'm completely out here.
Watch that friendly fire.
It's off.
this ain't good.
Come on, recharge, recharge, recharge.
Lots of Sierra. Stay close and push hard.
How's that ammo doing, Chris?
It's back down the corridor.
Oh shit, now we have inventories to deal with. Not good.
Oh no, you backed into the door. Run away, run away, run away.
Isn't this where we used to deal with this room anyway? It was here.
No.
Yeah, just go back
Yeah, it
and
was.
kind of
When we
funnel
beat-
them
when we
towards
beat
your
it on
area.
Stream, yeah.
Hang on a second. Yeah, they're coming.
It's a bit
coming.
slow and it's a bit boring, but that's the safest way to play. And honestly, realistically, that's how a team would do it. Nobody would fucking charge a full room of enemies shooting at you.
But just to go back to the whole delete things, no, I would save the prequels over Resurrection or what was the other choice? Requiem. Yeah.
Incoming.
I yeah, because I don't get me wrong, I find things to enjoy in Resurrection because I find things to enjoy in everything, but the whole wiping out the EU with a single throwaway line thing is something that I just don't particularly forgive Resurrection for. And AVPR is just trash. It's
fun,
fun.
trash.
No, it's like The Predator for me. I cannot stand that film, and I won't go back to it unless I have some stupid reason to because of prep or whatever.
Come
we're
on,
doing.
come on.
Requiem had a nice clock. I mean, but okay.
Yeah, I do like the clock joke. But that's just me. We all have our guilty pleasures, and
Oh, yeah.
if that's what you'll choose to be entertained by, then so be it. Like I said, I try and find things to enjoy in all of them anyway. I'm not gonna yuck somebody's yum.
Even The Predator, I feel like I can watch it until Fugitive dies, and then I'm like, well, all I have is Hulk Monster for the rest of the movie, where I should have had 2 other, Predator suits that were put together. So that's why I
pull
just
back.
so
Jesus.
want that other cut, I'm sure it's terrible as well, but just to see
Yeah.
what the original vision was, because I read the script, and it was more engaging than what we got. Then, oh, it's not spooky enough, so let's throw them in the woods to run around in circles for a little bit. Like, at
I
least
still
we-
can't believe that quote. Like, it wasn't scary enough. It's because it wasn't dark. It wasn't. They needed nighttime.
just
That's what's gonna make
total-
it scary.
Total wrong way to listen to movie focus groups. An example of. Yeah.
Rob Harvey is going hard with these questions. Which would you delete between Alien and Aliens? Damn.
Well, you
I
can't
honestly,
give me that
I
choice.
delete myself before I delete those films.
Yeah.
Don't ask to
Is
pick between my babies.
I mean, I'd rather just take a hit out on Rob, so we don't have to deal with the question.
This is tricky. Yeah, I mean, Alien, you can't really choose because without Aliens, we wouldn't have the franchise, and without Alien, we also wouldn't have the franchise. But Alien started it all, and I would say objectively is the best film. Maybe not the most fun. Like Aliens is more fun, and I don't know. I guess you could make an argument that maybe Aliens is a better movie. I go back and forth between the two. I think my personal favorite will always be Aliens, though.
Alien.
No, the second one, Aliens,
Okay.
will always be my personal favorite. But I'm like, which
Well,
one
it's
is
called
which one
Richard.
is objectively a better movie? I don't know.
I think that's even also kind of hard to maybe even objectively say in the sense
Yeah.
that both had such crazy concept, and the making of the films was really for both of them was quite the feat. What they've done with their limited budget and the amount of talent that they squeezed out with just creative ideas is
Look.
really unparalleled.
Yep.
I
Oh,
can't.
be careful now.
No more health kits, right?
Nope.
Damn.
Give the lady time to work.
Use your
Fire
power-ups, use cover. Keep your eyes out on the doors, on the back one
grenade.
and on the side one. Look for the flamers when they start coming out, because if you don't kill them in time, they will definitely kill you.
Oh my god, die.
Do you want to help Hicks out of? Because I think I can hold this corridor on my own at the minute.
Yeah.
But things don't sound so good to the left. I'll keep putting ammo down next to Hicks.
Yep, somebody needs to watch that left corner.
Yeah, I'm on it.
I should pull that fucking thing up.
One flamer is gonna come through the left door eventually. In a minute, probably.
We got some Joes coming up. Okay, we got him.
Flamethrower, don't let him explode.
Explosive
There's
ones.
eight. Okay. yeah,
Flamethrowers
it's
on my
the
side.
door.
Tag that
He's
flamer.
currently very confused. So, yay.
Nice. The power of AI.
Oh, grenade!
Jump out of the way. On your left. Adam.
Looks like is it coming down the middle?
We
It's
got
dead. Flamethrower on the right's dead.
Nice, nice.
Come on.
The next flamer will probably come from your side, Adam, on the
Yeah,
left
I already
very
see
soon.
him. He's coming.
Oh yeah.
Grenade!
Where is he? Oh, no, he's going the right.
Oh.
He decided to go right.
Hey, you got the armored guy.
Yep, flamer to the right.
Containment synth coming in. Shit. Oh, I'm down. I got hit by an exploding tank. 5 seconds to get me up.
Well, fuck.
4.
Flamer's down. I'm coming. I'm here. I'm here.
They're coming in on my
Jeez.
side now.
They're up here.
You're doing great, people. Be careful, but you're doing fantastic.
Warden's down. Moving up to the wall.
Look at this.
I
Do
mean,
not,
That all of
do
them?
not die, Adam. You do not have a revive, so you be very careful.
Okay. Well, I get the
it
next
wasn't great, but we're alive.
Oh my god.
Aliens coming.
This is extremely hard. You've done fantastically here, so just be careful until you get some health pickups, but it's really good.
We do some, aren't we?
Nope. It was here. We had it.
Was it only one pack here?
Yep.
Oh,
Yeah,
man.
on the hardest difficulty, it's only one.
Caleb says
Until
should
the
have woken
end,
up
right?
Ripley.
The end they
She
gave
could
it
have
to him.
helped you out. White Band says it's a shame the MetaQuest 3 port of Rogue Incursion isn't great, at least on launch. I was looking forward to getting it. Yeah, I played a bit more of it this morning.
Oh, what did you think?
Chop,
Because
chop.
you finally played it. Oh shit.
It
Back up.
Got it,
looks
got it.
better
Behind you.
on my shit PC that should not be able to run the game.
I know, right? Yeah, it was in my
Yeah.
video. I
But-
was trying to balance being nice because they had us there and it was this crazy awesome event, but then I played it and I was like, oof, it's rough.
I think you need to keep in mind that you're basically playing that game on a mobile phone.
Well, there's other
I've heard that
games
argument.
are well
Yeah,
optimized. Like Metro
yeah,
and
they're
Batman.
exactly the most recent ones. The Metro, Batman, even Behemoth. There's another one called the Red something that also has the things that they have done with the meta version is fantastic. So it can be done. It's very hard, it seems, because most of meta games are not that. The recent ones have been making breakthroughs, and unfortunately, Alien Rogue Incursion isn't one of the visual breakthrough ones. So that's just a shame.
They
It's
should
not
have.
But I
up
mean, like,
there with the best.
the Starship Troopers game that me and Hicks like playing, that is not a pretty game by any margin.
Yeah. Most of the meta games, meta standalone ones, are not that. So Rogue Incursion is in the same ballpark as most games.
It's too late. I've committed. Oh no.
That's why I said back up.
I'm coming back. I'm coming back. Yeah, you better run.
Look.
Did
can't
not
look
want to mess
at the
with
drone.
us. Yeah, just pop out of the vent.
Can't believe
good thing
you're
is-
still not downed. Nice.
Shit. What?
Oh my
You have
God.
to be most careful, Adam.
Oh, that should have got him. Oh, I'm dead.
Oh shit.
I hit him with the fucking lance beam. That should have killed him.
No.
I don't know if I need to be technician in this one. I don't know how much help we're getting from it.
Well, I think you've been able to take out those synths at that stand moment because of your technician. I think it really did help a lot.
Oh, we're so fucked. Oh, we got him finally.
Oh, you have the card that spawns in the robots to help you. Maybe that can be something.
Yeah, but then we have no health.
Yeah.
Thanks for joining us, Rob.
True.
We'll speak to you next time, mate.
Oof. Yep. Take care. But yeah, I just remember how
Oh, Jesus.
down I felt walking back from the theater seeing the Predator at the premiere, because it was like Covenant the year before, which didn't do well in theaters, and then the Predator, which got me to the day of release and I knew wasn't going to do well because it was a bad movie, and I was just like, we're not going to see movies for another decade, are we? And to Disney's credit, we were wrong. I will Disney shill for that, because
To be fair, though, we wouldn't have got that if that wasn't already in some form of mild development already.
Romulus 2, was that already in the works?
No, I'm talking the Predator. Prey, sorry.
Yeah, fair.
I think.
I assume you were talking Prey, though, weren't you? I thought you were talking
I was
about the
talking
Predator.
both Prey and Romulus, because the
No,
franchise,
I mean,
because those two movies, the franchises are in much better
No.
spots.
The Covenant was nowhere near the bomb that the Predator was.
It was. I
No,
think it was like
no,
a record
it was not.
low second week. Yeah, I think it was like a.
It was a huge drop off, sure, but it wasn't the.
It wasn't
absolute
considered
failure.
a success. No, it wasn't considered a failure either, but it wasn't considered a success, not compared to Prometheus.
True, but the Predator was definitely considered a much bigger failure. Covenant was probably, by the results, considered disappointing, and it definitely wasn't good.
It was a disappointment, but it wasn't fucking the Predator.
No,
Let's-
But it
let's
didn't
not
tank
mistake
like the Predator, where both in financials and especially the ratings were really, really bad. So, in that sense, yeah, it's not the same. But yeah, both the franchise wasn't doing the best with both regards to the Predator and Alien. So yeah, I'm also kind of surprised that relatively quick succession that we've been able to get pulled up with both Prey and Romulus to see both are actually doing quite well. And not only that we have all these new things lined up just because these first kind of backup films that brought the franchises back did well. So I'm really surprised how that all happened so bloody fast.
If you've got a way,
Adam, do you want to go Gunner?
Let me check
Yes,
what I've
I
got in
do.
the back channel.
I know that the coils are super useful. And I will change my range of things so I've got the little pup that stuns stuff.
I think you're right. I think
That
I'm
would be good.
feeling a different dynamic here. I mean, I'm sure later on when we have the hive holdout stuff, I'm gonna have to switch back to technician in the later levels of this campaign, but for right now, I don't think we need it as much as we need more firepower. Okay. Let's see. Trying to think what would be a good balanced weapon between the Synths and the Xenos. Maybe the Twilight.
Hey, it's nice to see this gun as well in that little RPG shot. It's kind of cool.
The Svezda.
Yep.
Yeah.
Great seeing that.
I love that in this. And I liked seeing it in the RPG. I wish the fucking books would make more use of it for the UPP. Like, there's one of the things I liked about Inferno's Fall, actually. Is it making an appearance?
The SMG's, the PPZ is the biggest damage output, right? Or no, it's the no, that has the most firepower. It's either the PPZ or the plasma discharger, because I think that'll be good against the Synths.
Let me see which one of these are the best. I remember, I think either the M39 maybe has the biggest damage over time because of the crazy fire rate, but
Scaddy's saying, I think the prequels focusing so much on David was one of the weakest points that brought it down. White Baden disagrees and says David is one of the best parts of the prequels, so does Xenomorph Warrior, aka Acid Splash. Scaddy says David is just not interesting for me. I'm with White Baden and Xenomorph Warrior there. I'm afraid I love David.
PPZ has the highest combat rating, so I think I'm going to go with that. The quick loader will refill the magazine a little bit, so that'll be nice.
I've just noticed a mistake.
What?
Pulse rifle. When he reloads, he cocks the handle on the left-hand side, but the handle's on the right-hand side. It's not on the left. I don't know why.
There are a bunch of those little things, like
Or is it amber?
you have the attachments to the barrel, the silencers, etc., that are completely attached to the wrong hole, where you don't even have the barrel. So it's just a thing that is actually quite common with video game guns. Not all of the details are caught up there.
It's very minor.
Trying to get this combat rating a little bit higher for this thing. What's the best large magazine for a DMR, would you say?
You went for a DMR as gunner?
The one that does damage to armor targets.
That would be, let's see here.
Isn't it the armor piercing rounds? Yeah, 25% against armor targets, the one you already have.
Yeah, okay. And then I think this one, the trigger a small thermal explosion on weak point hit. I think that's maybe.
Well, yeah, since you're gonna be doing the crits already, it's not bad. I often use the calibrated hider, but I think the one you have, the flash hider, isn't bad as well.
There's the anti-material break. I haven't used that before. 25% chance to knock down target on hit.
Oh no, I use the tanker muzzle breaker actually often.
Oh yeah,
what
that has 10% stumble chance, 10% effective range, and 20% weak point damage. 33% chance to. Yeah, I think I'm gonna do that.
Oh yeah, the stun is crazy on that. You literally make them stand in place and slow them down extremely because of the constant stuns.
I think that's what
that's a good one.
So we'll use the Twilight, which it is a rifle DMR. That's really good, and the PPZ. And we'll stick with the drone.
Mike is throwing some hard facts at you, Adam. I'm afraid, mate. Alien Covenant has the 152nd spot. The films with the largest second week drop off.
Okay, so maybe it's not quite. But I thought it had I thought we reported at the time.
Hang on. So the
It
drop
was
off.
a big drop off, but it's just not. It's very common, it seems, for
Yeah.
R
Maybe
rated
it was
stuff.
like the biggest of the
Machi
year
says.
or something. Probably just that year, I would imagine.
That film
Yeah.
still has loads of things I like about it, though.
Me
Oh
too.
yeah, I do like the gothic
It does.
kind of vibe of it. You know.
For me,
it looks
it was
nice
always. Go on, Greg. You're right.
sorry. I just wanted to say that on an individual level, like if we don't
Oh,
look at it as an
shoot.
alien film, it looks pretty nice. It looks really nicely done, the set. But
Oh.
if you look at it as an alien film, I mean, we're expecting to go to paradise, the origin planet of the engineers. We're expecting something extravagant, and we see a normal forest and Roman-looking statues and normal
Oh,
architecture. It's
he was just
pretty
practicing for
architecture.
Gladiator. It's fine.
Yes,
Um,
exactly. It's
I-
pretty architecture, but it's very generic in a sense.
I think we've
I-
been bagging on the prequels too much today.
The pickles are
Well,
good.
I
like
was
'em,
going to give
but-
something positive and saying that how the alien moved through the vehicle bay and things like that. I really, really enjoyed that. It just reminded me of Alien Isolation as it bent down to get through the door and then just started like
The stand up is
patrolling.
The
Yeah,
stand-
yeah.
the-
Awesome.
When it rises to its full height, I think
Yep.
it was one of the great moments. But it's only a couple of seconds. But yeah, I seriously think we've been back.
No,
I think
it's
we've
got
been.
good things.
I think we've been
got
bagging
good
on
things
it
in it.
too much. Let's stop talking prequels.
Greg, I need your help here. I didn't.
Yes.
Somehow my gunner class setup fell apart. This is what I have right now, but I have these spaces left
Okay,
I can
I'm
fill.
looking. You can fill things for the grenade. Basically, you want to give it.
So I have shrapnel and I
Recharge
have remote
time,
detonator.
maybe?
But right now I have quick charge 4, quick charge 3, rapid deployment, long haul.
You can give maybe the buffs for a wider range, or more damage. This is really dependent on what you want there.
You deal
Oh, do you
30%
have the
more
up-
damage to enemies that are grappling allies. That might come in handy.
That's very situational. I
Yeah,
do
I
not
guess
like
It's very
those.
situational, and we don't want to be getting grappled. So,
Yeah.
fair.
Wait, the attachment you have to the grenade, do you have the attachments that do damage over time?
Yes.
Oh, no,
Yeah,
that's
that's shrapnel. That's
Yeah,
taking
that's the
additional
shrapnel, good.
50% blast damage over 10 seconds. Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's the important thing. The others is you can do the rest literally how you want. So I think the best is either damage or range or reload time. So literally whatever you have left of those.
Okay, so let's see. Force multiplier 4 increases the damage of an ability by 22%. That might be good for the grenade.
You don't have space for 4. You have literally space for either 2 3s.
I have space for this. I could put it
Oh.
right here.
Oh yeah, it's just 3. But in that direction. Oh yeah. I'm a Dumbo. Yeah, you can put it like that, and then attach something plus 2 to it.
Okay, so this quick charge 2 I could do, and it would affect
Yeah.
both. Yeah. Oh, wait.
Well, yeah, you decide
I
which
have-
one
oh,
actually.
okay.
there's a gunner perk which you should definitely have on,
What's
which
that?
extends the over. It's called Quick Load Interlink, and it gives the 50% reload reduction that you have to the whole fire team, which means that we'll be firing more frequently during that.
Quick load interlink. Okay, that one I would need 3, so I'd have to remove that. So I will
How
do
big is
that.
it?
It's this.
3 slots.
Yeah, so I'll just do that.
Yeah. Then
and
you
then
have to
I'll
change the
do
damage one to the.
3 instead of a. So force multiplier 3 instead of 4. Yeah,
Yeah,
I think that's the way to go.
There's also thermal venting, which increases your fire rate by 25% whilst you're overclocked. And Smart Link Reliability Circuit, which increases everybody's aim stability, basically, and aim assist, which helps us hit more things whilst we're on overclock, because overclock goes a bit crazy, doesn't it? I have a really good gunner build.
Well, I think this should be good for now, but you should show me that gunner build later because I'd be curious to duplicate it for one of my alternate loadouts. So I think we will be good. Let's give it a shot.
Good. Let's give it a go.
Yeah, so with your gun, Adam, you're basically taking out the big ones. Anything with armor and... So any green or red signals, they should be your responsibility there. And especially with a sniper, you'll be able to get that damn flamer on time.
Hicks.
Yeah.
Hicks.
I've tabbed out. I'll border all that.
I found it interesting.
Well, as long as somebody did.
Bam, 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 bam.
But yeah,
That's
we're
talking
not
about.
gonna have too much in the way of slowing them down.
Well, I thought
No, we
Chris
don't.
had gone for the stun pup.
I do, but it ain't nowhere near as good as the coils.
A fire team from 3rd
Okey-dokey.
Platoon has point and
So we're gonna have to be like
their call sign is blue.
on it.
Yeah, fast reactions there. Caustic Viper says, I think in any future Alien games, the Marines will get the return of the SE ball breaker grenades.
They were in Colonial Marines, weren't they?
Yeah,
Yes,
that's
they were.
the only thing. Am I misremembering here, or did Seventh Circle make a joke about those? I can't remember. I feel like I read
remember.
about it recently.
They are in the RPG though, but in the novels recent, I do not remember. It's possible that in some of the jokes between the Marine characters and stuff like that, that the jokes were there, but it's either... It wasn't used. That I do remember. It's not used. Caustic Viper, Helldivers times Aliens collab when... Please no, that breaks my heart. I would wish Helldivers could just have a reskinned version for Aliens.
It's already
Hey.
great as Starship Troopers. It's fine.
I mean,
Yeah.
they interviewed
Players heading out. Thank you for joining us.
they interviewed the studio head, I think, for Helldivers, and he was talking about potential collaborations because they said they were going to be very mindful with those, and they did one with Killzone, and they asked him what he thought would work well, and he's like, well, I think Aliens, honestly.
You're kidding me. They actually said that? Oh no.
We should do a post on that. Put some attention on it, Adam.
Yeah, that would be good.
Yeah, Helldivers is one of the biggest games. That wouldn't be bad.
Yeah, I don't think I'd want to. I'd start out
I
now.
suppose I should be using my overclock a bit more. Kind of remind me of that.
Well, no,
You
you
can
want
save
to
it for big waves when you see a bunch of the damn
Oh,
bursters
oh,
or
oh.
something like that.
rolling. Ah!
Well, I mean, it recharges so quickly.
Does it?
Yeah, with everything I have on it. Like,
Ah, that's good then. If
25
you've got it so it
seconds.
comes back really quick. Yeah, that's quite good. Next room, I'm going to put down some ammo.
Yeah,
Just going to put some here because I am short.
Behind
you.
behind.
Behind us! God damn it!
Shit.
What the hell? I am getting
You stood-
rinsed by
yeah,
something.
you stood right in front of me. Shit.
That's right. Blame the victim.
Well, I was in panic mode.
So-
but
It's okay, Chief!
here, let me
I
heal
know
you.
it's
Let me heal
me
you.
Collateral damage.
We need to get you to the
Put some
auto
gas.
dock, and hopefully your memory won't be affected.
Hopefully you don't get an accidental cesarean.
It's all right. It's calibrated for male
Yeah.
That was so stupid.
male patients.
Like, why? Like, really? This advanced piece of science tech? But, I'm sorry. I will stop bashing prequels.
Herrera, we're talking the doors behind us.
Behind us?
Got hit by pursuing sin.
Acknowledge, Molina. We'll take care of them.
Oh, I feel like that might have been. Oh no, you said it recharges fast, didn't you?
Yep.
Dusty Viper says just reskin the automatons to be the 2010 combat synths. Wayland Yutani got brought out by the Super Earth Ministry of Truth. That's gibberish to me, but if that means anything to
Nice.
everyone.
Or maybe you should download it and get it go.
Play it,
And then you'd know.
Yeah, but I barely have time to play other games.
This is not true.
You would love Helldivers Inn. I do not know how you haven't played it yet. Get over here.
I'm trying to, but you're too busy fucking shooting me.
Overclock only works if friendly fire is not a common issue for the team.
Yeah, we're not exactly the most.
Oh,
well
God.
oiled unit.
Shit.
Where am I?
So
I'm like
fucked.
stuck.
So fucked.
Oh, this isn't good. I'm so dead.
Go on, back out.
I can't move. I cannot move. I am stuck with a barrel. They basically pinned me.
Well, maybe we do need the technician. Shit, now I'm
No, that was just some poor placement by me twice. So I'll take that one.
The demolisher with the single rockets that can be shot again and again and again is also a very
Oh,
strong
it's also
class.
really good. Yeah.
Yeah, maybe I'll
Yeah,
switch to
especially if you have,
Demolisher.
if you have
This-
the add-on that reduces
Oh,
the
balls.
health like 8% or something over time. So
This is
you
an
just keep
infinite
repeating them
spawn.
again and again.
Spot.
It
so
is.
we
I'd
have
just
to-
like
It
to
is.
fucking walk by it. That's all I want to do. That's literally it, you know. Oh,
We have to trigger the next spawn, otherwise we just keep getting swarmed there.
Yeah, well, if you trigger the next spawn and there are still aliens behind you and you somehow dodge out of the way, maybe you can have them fight.
I'm down.
Oh dear. That was rough.
Oh, Geopolitics is the last one this time.
Yeah, fuck, totally. I'm going home. That's it. I'm done.
But you are home.
I'm going to my mental home. I'm going to listen to that.
They're flying
podcast.
your body back.
You're gonna listen to that podcast I sent you?
Yeah,
Okay,
I'll
good.
try.
You might find it.
Rich top. Friendly fire damage.
Oh,
2,470.
Who has the top? Who
Well,
has the
I was
top for the
just
fire
like
damage?
fully unloading with that PPZ, and you just backed right in front of me, and I was like, "Oh shit!"
I think I rolled.
That's right. Like I said, we blame the victim.
Oh dear me.
God damn, Adam, so much. That's not even close to the others.
To be
That's
fair,
my-
usually I'm
that's-
pretty good on friendly fire. This was a rare
Yeah.
instance where I wasn't. Return to base, Hicks.
I'm doing it now. I was too busy looking at all the damage that I'd given and all the friendly fire that you'd given.
Caustic Viper, when is the Alien Cult book supposed to come out? Well, didn't somebody say in the
Got pushed back
chat?
to November, yeah.
Yeah, it's pushed to November, it seems. Which is common every
But
time.
yes, every
the
single
books,
Titan book.
every single book has been delayed. And they get delayed once, sometimes twice, but mostly once, and then they come out. So we can expect probably November is the final date. Only one of the infamous books has an infinite
Two.
was
Predator
the
Archive and the
Damn, I forgot that one even existed.
yeah, well, so did Titan apparently.
Oh,
So, combat rating is always going to be paramount, right? Like any weapon that has a higher combat rating is going to be better overall.
Not necessarily.
Because this Type 88 has 140 combat rating. Like the highest I have here. Or I don't
Isn't
know,
that
can I just get the other
bug?
weapons to top combat rating with attachments?
I think the top combat rating is 120, so I think the
No,
140
this is
just
140.
I don't think that's possible.
Well, I'm looking at it right now.
Well, I know you're looking at it, but I'm not sure how that works. So I think there's something fishy going on there.
I've seen it a
It's-
few times.
I don't.
On, like, it's on
Really?
2 weapons here. It's on the Grupa, and it's on the Type 88.
120 should be the max. That's strange.
Adam's hacking, guys.
Yeah.
I'm not.
Adam Hackerman.
But yeah, the Twilight was 120. So maybe I should try this Type 88.
The combat rating, I think it's just an approximation of how many upgrades you've put into the gun. So when it gets to the max, which is 120, that should be it. So I do not know how this is
So with
saying
the smart
140
gun
on these ones.
class, nothing is on 140. It's all on 120. I assume the smart gun is the best one to use now that it has the auto fire.
Yeah, the targeting is
It's-
nice.
yeah.
Well,
You will
the other
not do
ones
friendly
do-
fire damage.
oh, there is a way. Do not underestimate Adam there. There is a way.
Oh, come on. I am not the usual friendly fire expert.
You're only as good as your last excursion, mate.
Well, we best go again then.
Just make sure your oh yeah, you can use the tanker muzzle. That's I think the best one.
I did not know Andrew Garfield was in Doctor Who.
Was he?
Yeah, a Tennant episode with
never
Martha.
noticed.
What was that? Season 5? Season 3?
No, that was wait. Actually, well, yeah, that is.
Wait, no, that'd be season 4, wouldn't it? First
Three,
season was
four,
Eccleston,
four.
Two seasons of Rose, and
Was
then
it two
one
of
season
Rose?
of Martha.
Yeah, it was Martha and then Donna.
So yeah, Andrew Garfield was in Doctor Who. Random fact for everybody there.
Nice.
You done yet, Adam? I'm bored.
Yeah. Okay. I'm done. Let's do this.
Have you checked? Do you have the correct rocket setup?
Let me look.
I mean, correct is relative, but if you prefer the ones that shoot single one after another, you can constantly shoot. It's kind of nice there.
I have heard that when that came out, people would leave the game when they saw one of those come in because it was just broken.
And
Sorry, what's this?
yeah, I do not know why people
Like
left because of that. It's just fun.
Yeah. Now the Demolisher, it's got this perk where you can have it just fires singular rockets, but it deals like a load of damage. And there's people that would leave the game because it was just too easy, and they just didn't find it fun because this one guy just went around killing everybody.
Okay. No, I get that.
Yeah, I get that.
Yeah, I'll leave it on my current setup. Let's do this.
Okay.
Mitch says, I like how they continued and added to the bike struts on the new smart gun. Yeah, I agree. I think the aesthetics are really nice there.
Yeah, the small
Nice.
redesign of the smart gun looks really nice.
This is the big one.
Yeah, when the
Fireteam.
leaks were like, we're getting rid of weapon and customer and character
For the sequel, you
customization.
mean?
Yeah, I'm like, guys, that was the game. That was literally everything we liked was those elements.
Yeah, that's half the game. So
Because the amount of missions they had certainly wasn't something we liked.
It's like they're trying to do like hero shooter campaign. Like, what was that failed Brothers in Arms game? Remember that? Where it was like a campaign with all these quirky hero team, you know?
Yeah, I know what you mean. Gearbox.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't know what you're talking about, sorry.
It was a Brothers in Arms game where it was like class-based co-op campaign live service. Like, I don't know. I'm honestly kind of glad we've seen so many failures in that space because they've just been so pushed by these companies as a way to extract money from people without really focusing on building a solid game. I mean, yeah, some live service games will work, like Helldivers, you know, where you'll just strike gold with that. But it has been a really
difficult thing.
oversaturated market, I think, and we've lost a lot of focus on a variety of different game experiences because of such a heavy publisher push on live service. So to have these really high-profile failures,
Let's go together.
like
Wait up,
Concord,
Hicks.
like
Hicks.
Suicide Squad.
Hex!
Yeah, the Suicide Squad was what reminded me when I read all of the leaks, especially with the black hole powers and etc. I don't know if you've gotten all those details, but it seemed a very cartoony and arcadey in that sense. So I hope that that will be changed, or that it's just flat out not correct. So we'll see what happens, but I'm hoping they're not chasing trends that are already dying out and have
Yeah,
shown to be
exactly.
I think
failed.
that's
So
I think that's the worry, isn't it? Because that seems to be what you look at from those leagues.
yeah.
I just hope I hope they've walked it all back.
Grenade.
Did the Joes always trigger
Oh.
in this unless you shoot them? In this little section.
When you come close to them, they will trigger.
Give me a sit rep, Molina.
All right, let's get through this part as quick as we can.
Somebody stepped in a fire engine.
Maybe let's just get up there.
The,
We're further
the
than this.
aliens will spawn in the hall behind you, probably. Oh, they haven't yet. Interesting.
They are coming.
Let's get up there.
But aren't we going to trigger some spawns here?
I figured these cabrones would shut
Oh
down.
yeah.
Yeah,
this is-
you have
this
to
is
Yeah,
the
we've
same
triggered
spot.
some
very
spawns
careful.
behind us.
It's alright, these guys are nearly done.
Yep. Move up, Chevy. Let's stay in this hall.
They have no direction.
Okay.
Need ammo.
Good.
Just popping some down. Left.
Chevy, do you have the upgrade that gives health when you kill something when the armory is down?
Not this build. This one's the stun build I have.
Oh, okay.
And I still feel like this game should have had 2 more campaigns. I think they cut it a bit early to
Yeah,
start
they
working on their next
They
game.
definitely did.
Knowing the original plans that they had for this, for like 4 or 5 years of new content, it's just like...
Got hit by Sins rolling
Just be
up
careful.
behind. We're sealing the doors as we go.
Understood, Molina. We'll clean them for you.
There's also a prowl to the left.
Is there now? You sure?
Yep.
Yep.
Top.
Can't you see it on the red thing?
Oh yeah.
It's coming.
Who's up top?
It should be coming.
Oh, now he's gonna come.
Oh, there's
Got
2 of
Barley
them now.
coming down.
Well,
Okay, let's
not,
push.
Not too bad. Not too bad. Yeah, let's push. Let's get to the next spawn now.
But every time you push, keep on watching your sides,
Yeah.
your rears, and everything.
Okay, I'm gonna hit the
Go
next
on
spawn.
there. There's the store there. Ah!
Yep.
Target
Back
reaches
up,
fire.
back up, back up.
Hold the deck, fire team.
Are they actually going to come? Isn't this the...
The place where you're hanging out is bad because aliens can
Yeah.
come from
Yeah.
behind. You're
Oh,
supposed
can they
to
still
either
spawn from behind?
the aliens can spawn. Well, actually,
I don't think.
don't
after
think
we
they shouldn't
shoot
do now.
will
Well, yeah, they
spawn,
shouldn't
though.
do now. Yeah, you should be safe now. But take cover on the walls so when the Joes and the droids come, they don't shoot ya.
Yeah. If you guys want me to get in there, let me squeeze in between you two. Okay.
Yeah, go.
You can
go,
you can always change the shoulder
Right.
that you're firing.
Yeah. I'm trying to remember
Chris,
how to do
can
that.
you drop down?
Sure.
It's shift on the keyboard, but don't know on the.
Oh, that was really unfortuitous timing with that Lancer
Yeah.
blast.
Oh no, yeah, I've seen it now.
White Baden
Good,
says, I would
pushy
gladly
push.
have traded the pathogen expansion for one where the company show up, which is like the end of Fireteam Elite shows up. The only expansion we got was a side quest, basically.
Whoa, where did that appear from?
Yeah, that's decloaked predator style.
Don't stand in the open, Adam.
I'm not. I'm against the wall. No, I was.
I would have liked
They
to
just
have
appeared.
Seen, yeah, I would have liked to have seen them do bring the UPP or bring the Three World Empire into it.
Yeah. I've just noticed that, Chevy,
Sure.
your armory that you drop down, it does have the upgrade to give you health. If you're in the zone and you kill something, you get little tiny bit
Oh,
of
is it
health.
working?
Yeah,
Right, I
it's
didn't think I
working.
had that on this. There's this we should get, definitely. Just as an extra piece of gear.
Extra cryo grid for me.
I can hear the box. Yeah, it's down here.
Kalen said, Helldivers is a really fun game, which is something a lot of those other games seem to think is an optional detail. Yeah, it seems that making something explicitly, unequivocally fun is kind of getting a bit rare. It's more things are getting bogged down in mechanics and systems without really thinking, is the final experience just good old fun?
Well, I think you also have a very wide variety of gaming appetites, and too often you just have trend
Yeah.
chasing from companies. Like I remember when I went to E3 for the second time in
gonna start it 'cause we've got tourists now.
2018.
Yeah.
It was right after PUBG and Fortnite really took off, and you had all these battle royale announcements, like dozens, really,
Oh, yeah.
of battle royale announcements, and almost none of them lasted or survived. Like you had ones like Ring of Elysium and like all these stuff like no one probably remember now, but there was a ton of battle royale announcements at a time because of those games' success. And I'm like, yeah, those games really took off. That's incredible, but the market can't support like that many games hitting that level. Whereas all the companies like swarm in and be like, oh, we want our big game to do that well. It's like, you gotta, you know, like they hit that. You guys gotta find something else. I mean, sometimes you'll have something like Apex Legends come in and it can compete with the best, but even that I think is starting to tumble a little bit.
Somebody big here.
Oh shit.
Flamer is coming on your end.
I better heal up.
Which side? Oh, yeah, see
Yeah,
it.
I see him.
Oh yeah, it's central.
Got him.
He's dead.
I need ammo. Okay.
Keep dropping it. Oh, grenade! Damn it, that was stupid.
Yeah, and don't forget, Adam, your smart gun can shoot from
Ah,
cover pretty well, so you do not even have to reveal cover.
Another flame unit.
Grenade.
Shit. Ah, shit. Shit. I'm on fire. Not good. Not good. Ah, I'm down.
Can you get to me?
Yeah. Shit. We're so fucked.
Yeah.
God.
Down. Costy Marcus says, we need more games that are fun for the sake of fun.
Couldn't agree more.
Deploy reserves to
But then Greg, I thought you liked the painful games.
I do, but I also like when a game is very fun, but simple with its difficulties and etc. Give us a bunch of options. I'm okay with that, but fun for the sake of fun is always up my alley. Just because something is difficult doesn't mean it has to be overly designed and complex.
That's fair.
saying that, you know what was really good fun? Was Alien Dark Descent on Nightmare mode.
Oh,
Amazing.
Oh hell yeah! Oh hell yeah!
I still need to play that on that difficulty. I just
So
need to do a
rewarding.
second playthrough.
If Chevy, you finish that
oh,
one
it's-
as default nightmare, the next obvious step is to do that on Game Plus, whatever.
sorry, I need to interrupt. I need
Sorry?
to interrupt here. None of us did any friendly fire damage.
Oh, well, that was good.
What? What? That's impossible.
Bruce, we just had it on the video. Go on, let's do a fucking skirmish thing to finish this off with.
Normal horny mode.
Yeah.
Yeah, Greg, I have that achievement
Yeah.
if you look.
Yeah, but what I wanted to say, the next step is the New Game Plus version, but you have the custom options in the difficulty
Oh.
settings. So you can put the hive threat level on the top immediately. So that basically means more alien spawn. It's not that much more, but it's more and more frequent. And you can set the damage of the alien attacks. So instead of them being like 5, 6, or whatever hits to tank you, you can literally set it to be a 1 or 2 hit kill. If you want a kind of Dark Souls basically experience.
I never liked hard games myself that much.
Depends. Like beating Isolation on Nightmare was super satisfying. So it depends. I mean, usually when I play a game for the first time, I'm always going to play on normal because I want to experience the world of the game and the story and get a feel for the systems, and then later I'll come back and play it on harder difficulties if I'm feeling it.
Yeah.
Not every game I will feel it, but some of them I will.
I always do it on normal first and then come back to it. If I
Oh
want,
yeah.
if I enjoy the game enough to want that kind of challenge.
My first playthroughs are often even on easy because I just want to be familiarized with the mechanics and make sure that I've seen relative good amount of detail throughout the story, etc. And when I feel comfortable, then I bump it up higher and higher.
Ah, dear.
When you
Yeah,
said
Dark Souls so good.
oh yeah, when you said Chris to do horde mode in the chat, they do point out it sounded like you said to do normal horny mode, and honestly I heard the same thing, but I did not wanna.
That's just my vanilla mode you're talking about.
Yeah.
Hashtag me.
Why do you
too,
think
guys, if
Aaron
Chris
always
wants
gets the
to,
face huggers in the RPG, guys? Jeez.
Well, deliberate sexual assault. Thank
That's
you.
right. Targeted. With weighted dice.
I wouldn't be fucking surprised. In the absolute slightest. Makes me sad. I just want to make it through an RPG without being attacked by a facehugger.
Or betraying.
But then
me.
again, didn't I get through evac without getting my face hugged?
Yeah, I think you did okay
Wow.
though.
Yeah.
Well, I don't think there was a facehugger in that, though, was there?
No.
Yeah, I don't think there are face huggers in the shorts there in those one shots. So I think you're gonna be safe unless we make a hugger appear in one of those. So
It wouldn't surprise me if
that's
one
always-
of you people were the game mother.
and we'll never admit to it. We'll say it's written right here in the small print.
Well,
I thought it was in the rule book.
What, Hicks
Sure, I
must
read
be
it
face
somewhere.
hugged.
Yeah. It's written in rules.
Ghosty
following the
Viper
rules.
says, Ghosty Viper says, wasn't evac the one with the mutant hippo alien?
Yeah.
Was it a hippo?
It was a hippo.
It's
Thank you.
described hippo-like, which is one thing. I mean, it's not characteristically just with how the Alien franchise depicts it. It's a general thing with sci-fi, and I get it. It's probably in human nature to compare with animals that we know of, but I always kind of dislike when people try to describe an alien as, oh, this is a space hippo, space moose, basically. I
Yeah.
get that people would do that, actually, colloquially. Though, if you're living in the space colony environment and have never even seen those animals, then maybe they wouldn't. I would really like more abstract in the sense of big creature of this and this size with these kinds of limbs, etc., but this just reverting to, oh, this is basically a space leopard or, a crocodile with feathers or something.
It's the
I'm
human thing,
personally,
isn't it?
yeah. At the same time, it's very natural.
Ghosty Viper says, like how in Echo they named lion worms because Cilia makes them think of a lion mane.
Yeah.
That book was surprisingly good for what that was.
It's one of my favorite.
I
games.
know that
yeah.
was-
Yeah, I really like that one as well. I'm actually surprised we haven't seen more use of Olivia ship. We've seen tons of things with
Well,
Zula, but
we're supposed to.
Yeah, we were supposed to.
yeah, I know that one thing, but other
there
than
was-
that,
You mean you don't remember the stuff I shared about the animated film that never happened? There was going to be an animated series or film, I can't remember offhand what it was, that was about Olivia Ship.
at some level, it sounds vaguely like, but literally the vaguest of familiar, maybe. But at the same time, I don't remember almost anything about that. So I don't know if I've heard that.
If you go and look for our post from when
Before they come back.
I think PO first shared some details about the AVP anime, I think I mentioned.
Oh, it's. Oh yeah, then probably. I can imagine that I've heard it there.
I shared some details about what it was going to be in that post.
Yeah, but as White Abaddon says, even they are not sure about that first time they've heard about it, so...
Gusty Viper says, I loved how Echo describes the Xenos as knives that hunt.
There were some beautiful descriptions there. The author really, really knew how to bring that world to life, and at the same time, I enjoyed the writing style quite a bit, so...
Yep.
If Titan's already making a trend of having returning writers, etc., then I'd gladly be up to see the writer of Echo return.
I haven't really seen her talk much about Alien recently.
I'd like
Sure.
Sigurd to return for another go as well.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. I wouldn't.
I
have
brought
anything
his new original book, but I haven't had a chance to read it yet. I can't remember what it was called. It was
Pull back for now.
like the prison spaceship thing.
Oh, that sounds nice.
White Abaddon saying he doesn't remember hearing anything about the Olivia Ship thing I've shared. Let me find it because I can't remember what I said, and I don't want to. I don't want to reveal too much.
Ever tell you guys about a book I read a long time ago? It's a few years back, and it was about a generation ship that had lost access to like the flight deck and things like that, Like they couldn't access any of that stuff for
I
whatever
do
reason.
not-
They believed it was all decompressed, and therefore they were just like held ransom to wherever the ship was taking them.
I don't remember you mentioning
And then
that.
people started going missing, and it follows this detective that's trying to decipher why all these people start going missing. And it starts off about there's like somebody that saw this creature that came, and it was very much like Alien. And there was a part where one of the detectives men shot this creature, and it just seemed to do nothing. And they made them out, like the first half of this book, to be these like pretty much invincible creatures. No?
No, I've not heard that
I
one.
don't
I
remember
forgot.
you talking about that.
Oh, but it's so funny. So his wife ends up disappearing in this book, and it's like, oh, and she's just like vanished. So it's like, oh, the creatures must have her. And then there's reports of her being seen outside of like the quarters where they are. It's like, oh, that's weird. Anyway, it's like one of these corporate-y type things where it's like, oh,
Ooh, nice.
you're being set up for your wife's murder, and we're going to exile you to outside where these creatures are coming from. And then this guy, this detective, is literally like the Doom music kicks in. And bear in mind, they've already set up these creatures are extremely hard to kill.
Below you.
And he just goes around gunning them all down. And he just like
How
cascades
does
going,
that happen?
oh no. Like he just just devolves from there. And I'm like, I bet it gets to a point where they're still on Earth and they've not left. And then he walks out and it's desert and they're on Earth and they've not left. It's
There
like,
was
oh god.
there was a TV show like not with all the alien stuff, but there was a TV show where it was like a generational arc ship, and it turned out they'd never left, and I can't remember what that was called. White Abaddon says, is it a Greg Bear book? I think he had something similar to that.
No, it was something. Was it Greg Bear? No, I can't remember. I could certainly find out. I just need to get some. Need to get to my Audible. I'll be able to get to the book. I just remembered it was like, oh, there's a sneak peek to the next story. I was like, Jesus. It turned from this like really good sci-fi horror to Fallout.
I found my post, so I can read that out when we're done, by the way. With the details of the ship thing. Caleb says, yeah, I was going to say that reminds me of that show. I think it was called Ascension, maybe? Caleb, if you want to look it up. It's from like, maybe early 2010s.
Like I said, the first half of the book was so good. All the setup and everything like that, and then it just became like, these are all my favourite franchises, so I'm going to try and shoot them all in together.
Sounds about right. That's how we work these days, isn't it? We just throw all our favourite stuff in there.
Ascension 2014, a miniseries, science fiction, mystery, drama, television. A young woman's murder causes the subjects of a century-long mission to a popular new world to question the true nature of the project. Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah, chat's
Sounds
chat's
awfully
agreeing.
like it.
Chat's agreeing there as well. Yeah, you're right, Hicks. It was called Ascension, and Mitch says that's it. I only vaguely remember that show.
Caustic Viper says, I've been reading Primitive War as of late. I've really been enjoying it so far. Dinos in the Vietnam War.
Comic, or is that a book? I vaguely remember
It's a
there
comic.
being some
I
comic
think
like
they're
that.
making it into a movie.
You've got a few seconds.
Isn't that the way Jurassic Park tried to go? You know, some weaponized dinos, strapped some guns to them, and
I don't know if this is going to
Velociraptors
be
in
like
Iraq.
that. I think it's just like you have Vietnam soldiers that run into dinosaurs.
oh, is it not soldiers, dinos on the
No,
side of red, white, and blue?
no. It's like the soldiers have to survive against the dinosaurs.
Oh, that sounds nice. Better makes more logical sense in like just situationally, dinos or whatever the circumstances somehow are just there, escaped, and the soldiers have no idea what they're running into. If that's the premise, that sounds fun.
Leave Chevy alone! Leave him
Here-
alone!
Here comes
You
the
don't want
running warrior dinosaur. Stomp, stomp, stomp.
Not more! Leave me alone! You're not a face hugger! Calm down.
You can do it. Come on.
Yep. Revived me into an acid spit. Not that I'm not grateful.
About Jurassic Park, What About asks, have you seen the trailer for Jurassic World Rebirth with its Rancor Xenomorph T-Rex?
Yeah. I'm intrigued. I know people are a bit sick of the hybrids and they're like, well, this is a mutant, not a hybrid, but it is the most non-dinosaur looking creature we've had in the Jurassic franchise.
Regrouping.
But hey, I think Gareth Edwards is a good director, so I'm going to go in with an open mind. I'm just happy that it's a new creative team from the last three, because although I like the franchise, I was not crazy about those movies after JP3. So, Sizzy Bubbles also has opinions on this. But, yeah, I mean, I'm going to keep an open mind. I liked what I saw of the trailer. I thought it looked interesting. I mean, they shot it in Thailand, the same place where they shot the Alien series, so they'll at least have some interesting vistas.
What's coming out first? Is it Rebirth or do we have a release date? I haven't
We
seen.
don't have a release date for the series yet, we just know it's summer.
But for the Jurassic Park film, because if it's coming out earlier, then maybe we'll see how the nature of the landscape
It's June.
can be.
Oh wait, no, it's July. It's like start of July.
Then yeah, we have no idea if the Alien series will come out before.
Plastic Viper says, well, every Jurassic Park dino is a hybrid of something, so it's just more of how far genetic engineering can go. Mitch says he's the right guy to portray scale in a dino film.
Yeah, I
White
mean,
Baden.
between Godzilla and honestly his first movie Monsters, which is lesser known, I still feel is like
Oh,
one
it's yeah.
of his best films. You thought that was boring? I thought it was really good.
Yeah, from what I remember.
I like
I
Monsters.
watched
and
it
Aquarium.
recently.
What did you think, Greg?
I liked it. Yeah, it was slow. It was contemplative, basic, and I get the vibe it was going for, and I can fully understand if somebody says it's boring. Maybe in some moments I might go there, but most of all, I generally liked it. I liked what it was trying to do.
I might have to rewatch it, but
That's right.
'cause it was a good few years ago.
Oh, we're so dead.
White Baden says
This
the
guy
shot of
just
the
won't
two
let me go,
guys
mate. Oh.
and the T-Rex in the red lit chamber feels very Romulus.
Well, folks, our Marines did not make it out today.
Yeah,
Didn't.
I don't think we had a good run today, did we?
That
We did.
tail slap, though.
Yeah. Oh, that book is the Forgotten series by M.R. Forbes. Avoid
Oh,
it.
nice to know.
But
So,
thank you
be-
for
be-
watching us,
hang on.
folks.
Before we go,
Yeah, Aaron
so
said.
I found the post. So it's from 2020, when PO shared some details on the anime. Oh no, that was when they first publicly shared this. Actually, yeah. Okay, so I mentioned that originally introduced in 2019, Alien Echo in Alien. Oh my god! Originally introduced in 2019's Alien Echo, Olivia's ship was set to receive a lot of focus leading up to the release of Fireteam Elite. Had Aliens Colonial Marines Rising Threat not been cancelled, we'd have been just over halfway through Olivia's ship's debut comic series at that point. And as AVP Galaxy understands it, Olivia was also set to have her own series of animated shorts, which would have seen an aged general ship looking back over her life and career in the Colonial Marines, where she would encounter the aliens once again. We would have found out that Zula and Amanda was responsible for her rescue, and Zula inspired Olivia to join the Marines. So there you go.
Yeah, I don't understand why we haven't seen more of her in that sense.
Yeah. And if folk remember to, I will be releasing the next episode of our podcast tomorrow morning UK time, so that'll be very late US time, which will be a discussion with Adam and myself and Christian Matska, formerly of the Perfect Organism podcast, and author Alex White, to discuss Black Goo and prequel lore elements.
Yes.
So check that one out.
It's a good one.
And also, remember, everybody who wants to join can join this Saturday for our community game night playing AVP 2010. 7 p.m. GMT. It's on our Discord. You can check the event. It's also on the AVP forums. So wherever you are, you can check it out. If somebody wants to join, feel free to.
Awesome.
Well, thank you again, everybody. You can always catch us on our website, evpgalaxy.net, any of the major social channels, Discord, or Steam group. And until next time.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye, all.